everyone, welcome back. I am doing a process video for a scrapbook layout for my son's first year album, and I'm doing it different this time. So I normally scrapbook in 12 by 12. That's generally where I've been sticking to size wise, but I did Project Life 9 by 12 for 2017 and it worked out extremely well. I was keeping up with it until probably about October. I sort of just got bored, but that's okay because it's better than the previous years I've done. I did have 2 albums for it rather than just the one, but I don't find that that's a hindrance at all. It just, the weeks, because I do 1 week on a layout and it just works out so much nicer over the spread. So 6 by 12, which is what I'm doing right here, is a little bit different again, and I'm liking it. It is such a challenge to keep photos the right size is probably the way to put it. I have a Canon selfie and I print most of my photos, about 3/4 of them, through my selfie. I only print at a shop or order online if I need them bigger. So if I needed a 5 by 7 or a 12, not 12, a 6 by 8 photo, then that's when I'll start to print it off. And I was just trying to fiddle around with the sizes of these photos. I've printed them out as 6 by 4, but as probably most of you know, a selfie printer doesn't quite print to a 6 by 4. It's slightly smaller, which is a good thing in this instance. So I've used my Project Life app, where you can add multiple images to make like a collage picture, and that's how I've got the 4 photos there in that. And I printed it with a border, and so I've cut out that little white piece. And in this layout from my previous video about the pieces of ephemera and paper and cardstock I was going to use, I'm trying to stick to the one kit. I'm trying to show you that on a limited budget and with limited supplies. For in this instance, I don't have a lot of baby items and baby things in my stash because this was my first son. I do have 2 sons now, but at the time I only had 1, and so I didn't buy a lot. I wasn't scrapbooking a lot. So the striped paper was a 12 by 12 sheet I cut down, but the yellow card, as you saw at the start of the video, was the 6 by 4 card, yellow card that I got in the Lullaby kit from Project Life, which you can get in Australia. It is called Lullaby by Pebbles in the US, and Canada I think can get that Lullaby Pebbles collection. So yeah, just in Australia it's through Project Life that we get the Lullaby collection. And these are some very, very odd thickers. As you can see, the page is horrible, but the thickers themselves are fine. They're chipboard and they're not very sticky, so when I'm placing them down here, it doesn't matter that they're not overly sticky. I do glue them down in the end. I tend to do that now with all my thickers because they've just lost tack and lost a bit of adhesive. But that's fine. There's no worries with that because I'm determined to use up all my old thickers. I have about half a dozen to a dozen old sheets that I want to use up, so hopefully I'll get that done shortly. The little deer is from the ephemera part of the kit, and I cut the flags that are in the top left hand corner of this page as well that you can see. That's a 3 by 4 card, and I just cut that out. And another thing to note is that I ran out of S's for cuddles, so I used a 5 for an S. I don't mind. If you're not overly concerned with it when you flip through albums, I will use a 3 for an E or a 5 for an S on occasion where I'm just missing that one letter, so that I don't have to use multiple different types of kits and thickers. And I'm just sort of fiddling around. I'm really sorry that the bottom half of this layout is sort of out of shot, but I will give photos of the final layout, how it lays. Excuse my boys if you can hear them in the background, they're just playing close to me. But thank you for watching this video. Please click subscribe if you like it. I'm going to put up more as I get through all of my layouts and use my kit. Thanks.